I've been real mowing my lawn now for just over 4 years, starting with a Fiskars StaySharp model, then moving into a 20-inch Mclane, and ultimately ending up now with a Toro Grrensmaster Flex 21. I've learned a whole lot over these past 4 years, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you are a current subscriber, thank you, and thank you for coming back to watch another one. Today we're going over the process I use every time I mow my lawn. Hopefully you will find some tips, suggestions, or inspirations in this video that you can use on your lawn to make it an absolute freaking banger of a golf course lawn. So let's get to it. One quick thing though about greens mowers is some people say they can be quite a bit faster than your traditional walk-behind rotary lawnmower. How much faster? Well, it's kind of hard to put that in words, but we can put it into a drag race. Yeah, it was.
The mower is actually faster than I thought.
Cleanup is the first thing I do before any mow. That's picking up any dog waste, dropping any maybe dead animals the dog may have gotten a hold of, and then going through and making sure there's no mulch or other hazards in the lawn such as rocks, pebbles, quarters, anything that could damage the reel of the mower. Do this every single time before you mow. Once all the hazards are out of the way, I then move into edging and trimming. Now those are two separate things to me. For edging, I use my EcoPass 225 with the blade edger, and that runs along all concrete surfaces, so along my curbs, driveways, and sidewalks. For the trimming components, I use my power rotary scissors, the landscape blade that's attached to a Stihl FS56 RC, and I use that around pretty much everything else, around mailboxes, utilities, along the tops of the sidewalk, and then I also use it to help clean up the edging of my natural cut edges. It works really well for that. I do not use it for edging anymore along concrete surfaces just due to the cost of the blades. They run about 65 bucks. While not too terribly expensive, that will add up. They last a while, but a stick edger gets the job done just as well and a little bit faster. I follow up the edging and trimming with a cleanup pass with my leaf blower. This just blows any clippings from the driveways back into the lawn. My front lawn is even with my driveway and my neighbor's driveway for the most part, and so I'm able to utilize the driveways as a turnaround zone, and you don't want clippings on that, especially if you're in a cool season, KBG or perennial ryegrass. That is a very wet and moist grass, and when that solid drum rolls over it, that's just going to smash it in and just make for a nasty cleanup once the mow's finished. So blow everything off back in. It just takes, again, another little minute. It's not really going to waste any time. It'll actually save you time because you're cleaning as you go. I start every single mow with at least 2 perimeter passes. The reason for that is you need to have room in certain spots of the lawn. Like behind me there along the fence, I need a spot where I can actually turn around when I'm running the stripes this way, and also along other obstacles such as redneck pools, shed ramps, trampolines, any other obstacle you may face in your lawn. So 2 perimeter passes is pretty much a must unless you have a wide open rectangle lawn with 0 landscaping where you could get away with 1. Some places might even need 2.5 or 3, just depending on how your lawn's laid out. Mine, I can get away with 2 for the most part, but you know your lawn better than I know it, so you can make the decision on that in the areas where you might need to do a little bit wider of a perimeter pass. Now with the mowing itself, I usually run 2 different directions. Sometimes if I'm feeling froggy, I'll kick it up to 3. However, typically I'll run in my front lawn. I'll either run along my neighbor's driveway to create an angled stripe, or I'll run it along my sidewalk. I alternate that every other mow for the most part. And then some days I'll double it up and I'll do both directions in one mow just to give it an extra pop with those stripes. And changing the directions helps eliminate some of the grain or reduce the possibility of that in the grass. For my stripes, I really like wide stripes, and having a 21-inch mower, that means that I need to do a double pass or double width stripes. So that involves 2 passes, to where I do one, then I go back and do a second, come back and start the second stripe coming towards me, and then go back down the original one. Double wide stripes are probably my favorite stripes. They just look so good and uniform. Next to that would be just straight up singles. I'm not really a fan of the single doubles. It can look okay sometimes, but it's just a little too busy, and I'm more of a classy guy. Collecting clippings is kind of a hot button topic. Do I collect my clippings? Absolutely. Do I not collect them? Absolutely. It really just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. One exception is, though, my front yard. I'm almost always collecting the clippings, and that's because I don't want to throw it on my driveway or my neighbor's driveway and then risk running over it and ingraining those clippings into the concrete and making a nasty mess that I then have to clean up. So it's much easier for me to collect the clippings. Now in the back lawn, depending on how things are going, some days I just let the clippings fly. Days when it's really hot, or if I had to go on vacation and I'm cutting off way too much and obliterating the 1/3 rule, I don't want to be stuck emptying the collection basket like every other row or every 3 rows. It just becomes too much. So I just let the clippings do what they do, fall in the grass and decompose. And if you collected those clippings, chances are you probably don't have to do a final cleanup with the leaf blower. But however, if I decided not to collect clippings in the back lawn, then I would take the leaf blower out and just finish tidying things up. That's it. That's the process that I use to mow my golf course lawn. Really straightforward, simple. It's been just understanding the layout of my lawn, which changes unfortunately quite frequently due to me modifying things and making it easier to mow. That's a topic for another video, making your yard easy to mow. Those are my steps, and hopefully you took something away from what I'm doing in my lawn to implement into your lawn to just absolutely kick it up a notch. And with that, hey, it's Mike, Real Low Dad. Backyard's looking good, and I got a nice new hat. We'll see you next time.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again.